I'm sick, I'm well, I'm poor.
咁咧就跟住就話我係有病啦，貧窮啦。
But God's taken him into the spice room.
咁咧，但神咧都係帶阿菲月咧就去香料房嘅。
For such a time as this.
咁咧就係有咁嘅時間。
Esther became queen.
咁咧以斯帖咧就成為皇后啦。
And she took one thing with her in to see the king.
咁咧佢就帶咗一樣嘢咧，就係去面向王。
In the movie Esther, One Night with the King, she carries a pearl on a chain.
咁咧佢就個嘅頸項上面咧就帶咗個 Apollo 啦。
Something Mordecai had given her.
咁咧就係有啲咧就係 Mordecai 俾佢嘅。
And when she has to be used by God for her call,
咁咧就係神呼召佢有兩樣嘢啦。
to save all the Jewish people
咁咧去拯救所有猶太人啦。
from that wicked Haman,
咁咧就係一個邪惡嘅。
she puts a pearl up to the light.
咁咧佢就將個 pearl 咧就有燈啦。
And in the middle of the pearl, as the light hits the pearl,
咁咧就係佢就好多係嗰啲紫色㗎。
it's the Star of David.
咁咧就係一個星嘅形狀。
And Haman, the wicked man,
阿希文就係邪惡嘅人啦。
could not see the stars
咁咧佢就唔可以睇到個星嘅。
because he was dead
咁咧佢就係死嘅。
to the Lord.
就係對神咧係死嘅。
The reason I use this story is because the Lord said those that are 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, they are the Mordecai generation.
咁咧嗰啲50歲啊到90到100歲嗰啲咧，都係Mordecai 人嘅。
And we need to look for the Esthers in our life.
咁咧我哋需要咧就係尋找以斯帖咧，就喺我哋嘅生命裏面。
One of the first Esthers I met in China was Dorcas.
咁咧我就去中國大陸嘅時候。
And every time she would tell me, I'm going to die, I would tell her, you are going to live for the glory of Christ.
咁啊 Dorcas 咧就成日都話會死啊，但係咧神咧就係會帶生命俾阿 Dorcas 嘅。
And when I met Simi, I would take Simi everywhere with me. She was like on my right hip.
咁咧我就帶阿 Simi。
She loved the flag. She loved to dance.
佢愛。
She was learning about Jesus.
咁佢想學關於耶穌。
God says you don't have favorites.
神就話你冇呢個恩寵喎。
But the Mordecais do.
但係 Mordecai 咧就係。
And the Esthers do. Just like I love Mari. Like Judy is a favorite of the king, so she's a favorite woman of God in my heart.
咁咧以斯帖咧就係喺神嘅恩寵嘅裏面，但係咧就喺阿 Les 嘅心裏面啦。
When I met Euphemia, she was so scared.
咁咧，當我遇見 Euphemia 嘅時候咧。
And now look at her, she's so beautiful.
而家咧就好美麗。
Gina has a different call than many of the Filipinos. I call her Fire Feet. She's an evangelist. She wants to go to the street and harvest.
咁咧 Gina 咧就係有傳道嘅恩膏啦，咁就
When I met Doctor in the street and he followed me to Kama Cafe, I thought, what does he want?
咁咧，當 跟Nancy 嚟到 Common Cafe 咧，咁佢就諗啦，佢想要啲乜嘢咧？
It was a prophetic word from the Lord.
咁咧就先知性嘅話語就從神嗰度嚟嘅。
The Lord told me the day before people were going to begin to follow me to Comet Cafe.
咁咧就係喺啲日之前咧，咁就
And they would bring in great harvest.
柳恩高咧就係帶嗰啲人嚟 Common Cafe， 同埋有好
Now
大
Doc came in
嘅
today. He says, "This is Ken. This is my student." This is Ken. This is my student.
咁咧呢個咧阿 Ken 咧就係我嘅學生啦。
And Shinshin said, "This is my friend. It's her first time here."
咁咧呢個係我朋友，我係第一次嚟呢度。
And Simi brought her friend.
咁啊
And she's brought her a couple of times. She must like us. She comes back.
No, it's the
Elo.
first time.
Elo's first time.
No, you must like us. You keep coming back.
Oh.
And bringing your friends.
咁咧 Sammy 咧就係帶佢啲朋友嚟 Common Cafe。
Okay, back to Esther. Esther's family were all Jewish.
咁咧以斯帖嘅所有家庭成員咧都係猶太人咯。
And she married King Xerxes, and they were going to be happily ever after.
咁咧佢就嫁咗俾個王啦，咁就係
Then they got into a fight.
咁佢哋冇爭競啊。
Happily ever after is in the movies.
好似電影咁嘅好開心咁樣 ending 啦。
So,
所以咧，
Uncle Mordecai sent a message to her.
咁咧Mordecai 咧就傳咗個口信俾以斯帖啦。
And said Haman's going to kill all the Jewish people.
阿希文咧，
That includes you.
咁咧就想殺咗所有猶太人啦。
And she was sitting there and thinking, well, the king will take care of me.
咁咧佢就喺度諗啦，王就會照顧我。
Then she said, let me fast for 3 days.
咁咧讓我禁食祈禱3日禁食祈禱啦。
Now, mind you, this was not a Jewish nation that prayed. There's not one mention of prayer in the whole book of Esther. She said fast.
咁咧喺以斯帖記咧就冇一個字咧就出現就係祈禱啦，但係咧禁食祈禱咧就會就出現過。
So here's this lady, her parents have been killed.
咁咧呢個女人同埋個嬰兒就被殺啦。
She's now come through dying to self.
咁咧而家咧就係佢哋自己咧就會死去啦。
She's married to the king and he's blessing her.
咁咧就佢同王結咗婚，咁就去祝福佢。
And Haman says, I hate Mordecai. I hate those Jewish people.
咁希文咧就話佢好討厭摩迪基啊同埋所有猶太人啊。
Was he good or was he bad?
咁呢個係
What?
好咧定還是唔好咧？
Bad? Was he good or was he bad? The devil used him. Was he good or was he bad? Was he God's man? Haman.
Bad.
Bad. He was a bad dude. He was a bad man.
咁咧希文係一個邪惡嘅人啊，
So what happened?
所以發生咩事咧？
Mordecai was walking back and forth by the gate.
咁咧佢就摩迪基啊就係行嚟行去喺個嗰個閘口嗰度。
And he heard 2 guys were going to kill the king.
咁咧佢就聽到咧有2個男人咧就想去殺咗呢個王。
And so he passed a message to Esther.
所以咧佢就傳個信息俾以斯帖啦。
And the king didn't die.
咁咧個王咧就冇死到啦。
While the Jewish people were fasting for Esther,
咁咧猶太人咧就係禁食祈禱啦，同以斯帖。
the king couldn't sleep.
咁咧個王咧就連瞓都冇得瞓啦。
He said, I'll read the book of records.
咁咧我就咁咧個王咧就讀個嗰本書啦。
And God's hand is always in the background,
咁咧就所有咧佢都係
even in a non-Christian place.
就係佢個背景。